Okay, now it says I'm live, so I'm not going to wait for people to join. I'm not going to wait for YouTube to do any of this, because hopefully some of you can watch this after we actually have finished the draw and we know exactly who Chelsea are going to be getting in the Champions League last 16. However, I will wait until there's like 400 maybe, hopefully, if we can get that many people in here. If we can get 400 people in the stream, I'll be happy. I've not done one of these for a bloody long time, so we're just gonna have to wait and see what the YouTube gods do for me today. 4 potential opponents for Chelsea: Bayern Munich, Ajax, Real Madrid and Lille. And in terms of the actual teams in the order in which I would like to play them, it's not like that at all. I think the tough one for me at the moment is Ajax or Real Madrid. I think both of those teams are very, very difficult to beat. I think it's going to be incredibly tough if it's Bayern Munich. Obviously, we're going to go through each team in a bit more detail once the stream officially begins. But yeah, thank you to everybody who just said. I've seen a couple of people saying, I literally just watched your video and now I'm watching your live stream. I don't remember the last time I did a stream, I don't think I've done a stream in this house, and I've been living here since just before Chelsea won the Champions League. If you don't know, Chelsea are currently the winners of this competition. If you're an alien and you've just landed, downloaded YouTube, and for whatever reason, you're watching me react to the Champions League draw, this is what winning the Champions League looks like. Something that a lot of football fans would never experience. So I'm bloody delighted that I've now experienced it twice. Who are we going to get then, boys and girls? This is the big, big question. There are 4 options: Real Madrid, Ajax, Lille, and the dreaded Bayern Munich. Or is it something that Chelsea should dread? Let me know. Do you think that we can actually beat Bayern? Obviously, with the holders of the competition, it's not like we're in the worst capitulating form in history. Do you think we can beat them is the question. Let me know in the chat what you think. Let me just keep an eye on the stream. I'm watching the stream on BT. They're just giving a little overview at the moment. There's some geezer wearing a blue suit, and it's like an overview of the Champions League this season. The final's going to be played at the Gazprom Arena, where we've already scored 3 goals this season, so that should give Chelsea the edge. We've conceded 3-2. Bayern Munich are obviously the team that Chelsea want to avoid. Robert Lewandowski is arguably the best forward in the world at this moment in time. Some would argue Mo Salah. Some would argue still Lionel Messi. I would argue Reece James is the best player in the world going forward, but that's just me. Bayern Munich is the one that we really want to avoid, because it would not be a crazy, unforeseeable situation to see Bayern Munich beat us. I think if there is a team that are designed to beat Chelsea, Bayern Munich is that team, because they do absolutely everything that you could possibly want with the ball. They do it so well, and without the ball too, they make life incredibly difficult. The interesting thing with this one with Chelsea is I actually think if we have our best 11, I think we can beat Bayern Munich. I think we can beat any team in this competition. We are the champions. We've improved since then too. There is a couple of months, which is also something very important to remember. There is a couple of months between now and when these fixtures will happen. I believe the games will be played around the 2nd, 3rd weeks of February for the first legs, and then the second legs in early March. A lot can happen in these times, to be honest. A lot can happen. There can be new injuries. There can be players coming back from injuries. There could be potential new signings in January, which I see a lot of people want me to talk about. But the new podcast episode goes out tomorrow with Eunice Talks Football. So you can stay tuned for that one. We go into a bit more depth into transfers. I'm just looking now at the video. They're showing some clips of Chelsea. Now it's Inter Milan. I think the actual draw is going to be starting in probably like 15 minutes. It's sometimes stupendously long. So it could be up to a half an hour. But, if you want to just put it on in the background, have me on the side. There's nearly 1,000 people in here, which is wonderful. If you can hit the like button to the 967 of you in here, that would be great too. Because then YouTube will shove this stream up the list of Champions League live draw reaction streams, which would be absolutely bloody wonderful. Nezio Arrojo says, we suck right now, Georgie. I don't know if I fully agree with you. I think there's been a massive overreaction. There's been some very, very poor performances, and there has been an alarming drop in defensive performance. That is absolutely unquestionable. But to say that we absolutely suck, I think is crazy when we're 2 points adrift of the top of the Premier League. We are in the last 16 of the Champions League. That was really bad. I think if we'd held on against Zenit, then people would certainly not be giving us as much stick as they are right now. But again, I think it is very premature. I think when you look at the situation Chelsea are in, it's so difficult to see anything other than a drop in form when you lose at one point 4 flipping central midfielders. All right, I think that, they might actually be getting on with this quite fast here today. Giorgio Marchetti, UEFA Deputy General Secretary, is currently out there right now. He looks like Ranieri. I've said that before. And for those of you that don't know, the last time I did a live stream was the quarter-final and semi-final draw of the Champions League, where I went absolutely berserk because we got Porto. And I think today, no disrespect to Lille, we'll talk about them now. If we get Lille, Chelsea going into a quarter-final, not saying that we've guaranteed to beat Lille, but you've got to look at Lille and think, well, over 2 legs, Chelsea should be winning this one. They're not having the best season in Ligue 1 as well. So Chelsea should beat Lille. If we get Lille, I think we make it to the quarters. And when you get to the quarterfinals, with Chelsea's experience and what we went through last year, and the fact that I do not believe we're going to continue to play as poorly defensively as we have done recently, I think that we can go on and win this competition again. I said it at the beginning of the season, and I still believe that now. Ajax have just been on fire. Ajax look sensational right now. Sebastian Haller, formerly of West Ham United, I think they signed him for 40 million. It didn't work out. He scored a couple of good goals, but it didn't work out. And he's currently the top scorer in the Champions League. I think he scored 10 goals in 6 games, which is just outstanding. Ajax look like the real deal again now. They're second in the Eredivisie. I think they're behind PSV, level on points of Feyenoord. But Ajax are always an incredibly difficult team to beat. They seem to have this togetherness in the Champions League. They have that story from when they got so close, when they lost to Spurs. And then obviously we know Spurs obviously didn't win the final because they don't win anything. So Ajax, I'd be nervous. I think Ajax would be a phenomenal game of football. I really do. I think over 2 legs, it would be a sensational watch for the neutral. But for the palpitations, at least in my heart, I'd certainly be concerned. Real Madrid, a lot better now than they were when we played them in the semi-final last year. And again, Real Madrid in a European competition can never be underestimated. No matter what form we're in, no matter what form they're in, they are currently running away with La Liga this season. They won 2-0 in the Madrid derby with a masterclass from Luka Modric, who just seems to be getting better and better with age. Their wingers, their young wingers, the likes of Vinicius Jr., he's looking fantastic. You've also got that disaster mindset of, Eden Hazard will probably just be fit and ready once again, which he wasn't able to do in the semis when we I can't believe we're European champions, by the way, guys, still. I have to pinch myself, sometimes when I have to think that, we actually won it again and it was bloody wonderful. Will this geezer hurry up? I've got the headphones in to listen to what he's saying, but I'm not listening to him because it is just absolute waffle. And when I look at you guys typing in the chat right now, I'm actually seeing some good comments. Thank you very much compared to the no one cares, stop waffling, balls, hurry up. Someone said hurry up Ranieri. People are going nuts. Oh, Andre Arshavin is coming out to help with the draw, apparently. They're showing some videos of him at Zenit now. I'm so sick of bloody seeing Zenit after last week. Sorry for the shakiness of the camera, by the way. I keep leaning my elbows. And I've also got myself a bloody Christmas hat. I don't know. You want me to put the Christmas hat on? I don't know. It's a bit warm. So it's not the ideal hat. But Andre Arshavin is here. Okay. I'm just listening to some more waffle now to see what they're going on with here. Can I show you the live? Absolutely not. I do not have any intentions of being striked here on my channel. I am honoured that nearly 1,500 of you would even consider watching me. If you want to watch the live draw, I suggest getting up 2 windows, watching the draw on the YouTube channel of BT Sport. And you can also watch me too. I know I probably should just pretend that it doesn't exist on another channel, but it does. But yeah, this is my live reaction. I'm going to talk a little bit about the whole draw once it's all done. So this is going to be a slightly longer video on GBFC. They're currently interviewing Andre Arshavin, who really doesn't look like he wants to be there at all. To be honest, he looks semi-unhappy. Everyone looks a bit cold. It's being hosted in Nyom in Switzerland. Yeah. What do we all think of the F1 last night, by the way? That was absolutely extraordinary. Whether you're a Max Verstappen fan or a Lewis Hamilton fan or simply a fan of sports following the rules of sports, let me know your thoughts on that one in the chat. Mika Peterson says, please Lille. Again, in the Champions League, there's always going to be one team that you probably want over the rest of them. And I certainly believe that Lille are the weakest of these 4 teams. There's absolutely nobody, I think, that would argue anything other than that. But they did win their group. And it wasn't the easiest group in the world. I think they had Wolfsburg, Salzburg, and somebody else. I cannot remember who it was. Sevilla. It's not actually that easy of a group. They've just done the best of a load of teams that didn't really dominate the group. So, yeah. Oh, Mr. Man has said we are ready to commence the draw. The Champions League trophy. Chelsea's Champions League trophy is positioned perfectly in the centre of the stage. Andrei Arshavin is there. We're about to get our hands in those balls once again. If you haven't yet hit the like button on this GBFC Champions League live reaction stream, I would love to ask you to do so. There's 1,200 people in here. See if we can get that as close as we can to the official number of likes on the stream. Can I say your name? Oh, it's disappeared. Amir, great fan of you. Started following you a long time ago. I appreciate that, mate. I'm now a fan of you too. Now you've expressed your love for me. That's the way the world should work, you know? We should have love for everybody. Motivational conversations with Gio Benno. Oh, come on, mate. Stop talking waffle. Get me your hands in that ball box and pull out the mighty Chelsea. Oh, guys, they drag it on so much. The moment they say, like, we're about to commence, everyone's like, ah. And then all of a sudden you realise that actually they're not commencing with anything, to be frank. My phone just did a random screenshot there. I don't know what's going on here, but Bayern will smash Chelsea, says somebody there. Do I think we'll sign Haaland? I think realistically the answer has to be no. But who knows? I think there's definitely the chance. I think if he talks with Chelsea, he'd definitely see an amazing project. I think financially we would be able to match what some other clubs would be offering him. And I don't think that Erling Haaland's move is 100% going to be a financial competition between all the clubs that are interested in him. I think Erling Haaland as a footballer is somebody who is going to want to move for the best way to elevate his career. And I think the Premier League right now is the one. I think he'll go to Man City personally now, but who knows? Okay, I'm going to leave a comment in the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button. Up the Chelsea. Up the mighty Chelsea. We've got Super Thomas Tuchel. He knows exactly what we need. Thiago at the back. Timo in attack. Chelsea's going to win the Champions League. Come on. Here we go. Christmas hat is coming on. Oh, he's got his hand in there. The runner's up. This is it now. We are in the thick of everything. I look like an absolute goon bag, but I don't care. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas to all of you. Here we go. The first team out. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Chelsea playing at home in the first leg? It's Benfica. We're not interested in this one really, are we? But we are interested in the team that is picked next. Benfica are the first ones out. They cannot play Bayern Munich. They can play City, Liverpool, Ajax, Real Madrid, United, Lille, or I think Real Madrid, or maybe I said them twice. It disappeared off the screen now. Nearly 1,500 of you in here. Thank you so much to all of you who have joined me for this addition today to the first Chelsea news video that was uploaded. Andrei Arshavin, he's got his hands wrapped around the balls. He's struggling to undo it right now, but I think he's managed to turn it enough, and he has. Here we go. It is going to be Benfica versus, it can't be Bayern, Real Madrid. That's good. That's one of the two teams that Chelsea do not want, Bayern or Real Madrid. Real Madrid are gone. So now we have three options left. We've got Bayern Munich, Ajax, and Lille. Those are the three that we have left. Okay, the draw's actually going quite fast here. I'm struggling to keep up. I'm giving my reactions. Villarreal are the next team out. It's once again not Chelsea. If we can see Bayern Munich disappear now, then this would be absolutely delightful. We're going to wait and see what the options are. Real Madrid have already been drawn. They've got Benfica, which won't be easy. Benfica were very good in the group stages this year. Did well against Barcelona. Now, who's it going to be? Villarreal. It cannot be a team from Spain. Not that there is a team from Spain who won the group. Spanish football, eh? It's going down the frying pan. Although things don't go down the frying pan, they go down the toilet pan. But Andrea Sharvin, he's got the hang of this now. Or no, yeah, he has. He's managed to unscrew the ball. And Andrea Sharvin has drawn Villarreal against Manchester United. That's not possible. They've screwed up the draw. How can you screw up the draw, you absolute pelicans? How can you screw that up? That's not allowed. I'm sure that there's a rule that they have to put it in like this. Andrea Sharvin, mate, he looks like he's only just woken up, to be honest. He's laughing at it now. Sharvin's just trolling UEFA here. This is absolutely gold. It's Man City. Villarreal are flying to Manchester once again after going to Old Trafford. I think the draw's rigged. I think now all of the comments on the official stream are just saying rigged, 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 rigged. Andrea Sharvin just thinks it's absolute banter. I think the whole world now, any powerful like states or beings or entities, the rest of us humans should just laugh at them, to be honest. And I think that's what is happening to UEFA right now. Guys, if you're in the stream, let me know who you want Chelsea to face. We have had Man City versus Villarreal. Is that the draw? Everyone's kind of looking a bit confused. We don't know what's going on. Man City get Villarreal, which is not really a surprise. That is a relatively easy draw for Manchester City, but Villarreal are a good side. Okay, so we now move. He's got it in his hands again. We have Atletico de Madrid. They cannot play against... Who can they not play against? I can't remember who's in Liverpool. They can't play against Liverpool. So maybe we see Bayern Munich come out the hat now. Andrea Sharvin, you've made me laugh, which I'm delighted about. Now, can you draw Bayern Munich out of this little ballsack and make Chelsea fans happy with a potential tie against Lille or Ajax in the Champions League last 16? Now, guys, if you're watching the stream as well as this one, props to you, but Andrea Sharvin, man, I don't see anybody who's got such a wonderful role on the 13th of December 2021 looking so disappointed with what he's been asked to do here. I'm not going to lie. Andrea Sharvin, Bayern. Yes! Come on! Bayern Munich versus Atletico Madrid. That is a very good draw, which means Chelsea are either going to Amsterdam, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive with not going there. That is the best away day there ever is. Or Lille. Two matches that I went to both Lille and Ajax 2 seasons ago. Chelsea cannot draw Bayern Munich. We are winning the Champions League again. Ladies and gentlemen, I said it at the start of the season. We're saying it again now. FC Salzburg are the next team out of the ballsack. And let's see who they are going to face. Ajax or Lille. Ajax is a very, very tough game, but we've avoided the 2 difficult ones again, and that's all you can ask for the last 16. Last year, we got Atletico Madrid, one of the toughest draws we could have possibly got. Now, this is good. This actually couldn't have gone much better so far, which is absolutely fantastic. Andrea Sharvin is drawing it again. They cannot play against Lille. That is the only team that they cannot face. FC Salzburg, who if you didn't see, their reaction to qualifying was absolutely amazing. Best of luck to them. We see Liverpool. Oh, that's convenient. Bloody Liverpool. Liverpool versus Salzburg. Liverpool fans will be absolutely delighted with that. If you're a Liverpool fan, let me know your thoughts on that draw for you in the comments below. Still no sign of the European champions. Chelsea are still in the ballsack at this moment in time. But this is an interesting draw because I think all of the fixtures so far are very one-sided. I think Bayern Atletico could be tough. Here we go. Internazionale Milano. Inter Milan is the next team out. Chelsea are... Well, they can either play Ajax, Lille, or Manchester United. Manchester United, Inter Milan. I think United would actually win that tie, to be honest. So I think United might actually like this one. Come on, give us Lille, just please. If we get Lille, it will be delightful because I think there's no way we can't win this game. I know that I'm literally giving everybody opportunities to click me up now if we do lose, but I just don't think we will. Come on. Come on. Bring Ajax out. Andrea Sharvin. Do it, sunshine. What is it? Oh, yes! Boys and girls, Chelsea will play Lille. The perfect draw. Again, I need to do these more often. All right, we've had a donation come in from Aaron Lakari. We are getting Lille and going to the quarterfinals. Ladies and gentlemen, this is massive. just like it was against Porto. I will always say maybe I'm overreacting, but I don't give a flying donkey right now because this is the best draw we could have got. We can only be happy with things like this. In a recent time where there've been a few questions, been a few dodgy performances, been a few moments where we feel like, oh, it's all going wrong. This is nice. It's not only nice in the sense of it's the easiest, quote-unquote, team that we could have had in the draw, but it's also close. Lille is not far away. It's going to be an easier away trip in terms of the distance that needs to be travelled. This is good in every single way. I'm not sure if Lille's closer or Ajax. Amsterdam, Lille. It's about the same kind of distance. So this is actually the ideal draw now. I've actually lost interest in the rest of it. Juventus have just come out now. Screw you, Juve! You should have finished second, you absolute... I was going to say, I don't know what I was going to say there, to be honest, but Sporting Lisbon versus Juventus, that is arguably a tougher draw than what Chelsea have had. So, after all of that, it is actually pretty good that Chelsea managed to finish second in the group. So, despite the palpitations of conceding a last-minute rocket equaliser against Zenit St. Petersburg in minus 10 degrees Celsius in Russia, it's worked out perfectly for Chelsea at this moment in time. Guys, we're getting close to 1,000 likes on the stream. That would be absolutely wonderful. We're going to take a little look through the entire... We're going to take a look through the entire draw and give my thoughts on it now. The BBC's reporting, by the way, is atrocious. They're super slow. I think we're actually just as quick here on GBFC than on any other platform apart from the live one, which is great. But Chelsea have got Lille. That is just fantastic. Paris Saint-Germain. Wow. Messi, Ronaldo. I think this is rigged, guys. You know, get the Messi versus Ronaldo back in there again just because, well, it looks like United probably won't be able to win the competition. But I've just got a feeling, you know, about Manchester United against Paris Saint-Germain. I think that's actually... It's a horrible draw, really, for United, but it's absolutely no doubt the highlight reel tie of the round. It's Messi versus Ronaldo. United, Old Trafford for the second leg. If United can get a good result in Paris, you know, there's no reason why Pochettino will be packing his bags. But I'm delighted with this, boys and girls. Benfica, Real Madrid, Villarreal, City, Atletico, Bayern Munich, Salzburg, Liverpool, Inter Milan, Ajax, Sporting, Lisbon, Juventus, Chelsea, Lille, and Paris Saint-Germain versus Manchester United. The draw could not have gone any better for Chelsea Football Club. It is a fantastic result to draw Lille here, right now. It's the same as Porto. I know I keep repeating myself, but you get literally, I did this stream because I thought, well, it was a good omen last time I did a live stream because then we won it. I did a live stream for the last 16 draw. I did a live stream for the quarterfinal, semi-final draw. And then, well, there's no point doing a bloody live stream for the final, is there? So, yeah, it is fantastic news for Chelsea Football Club. But we're going to take a little look now at the entire Champions League last 16 draw. And I'm going to give my predictions as to what is going to happen in these fixtures. So, let's take a little look. First of all, Benfica versus Real Madrid. Benfica have been pretty good. Real Madrid, though, over 2 legs. I think Real Madrid should have just about enough in that game to win 4-1 on aggregate. We've then got Villarreal versus Manchester City. Villarreal can be a very, very good side. We saw it against United this season. We saw it against Chelsea in the Super Cup. Incredibly difficult side to face. But if Man City turn up, and it will be like this in virtually any game that they play in any competition this season, if City turn up at their best, then Man City beat almost anybody on their given day. And I think City will destroy Villarreal over 2 legs. I think it will be something like 6-1 to Manchester City. Atletico Madrid versus Bayern Munich. That is an interesting one. Atletico, they're not the same side that they were a few years ago. Bayern Munich, a lot of people might argue they're not as good as they once were. I actually disagree with that statement. I still think Bayern Munich are a dauntingly wonderful side. And I think they will probably win that tie 4-2 against Atletico Madrid. RB Salzburg versus Liverpool. This one should be easy for Liverpool. I'm going to go with a 5-1. Adeyemi to score a bicycle kick for Salzburg in the first leg to give them a 1-0 lead against Liverpool. And then Liverpool will turn up and absolutely destroy them. Sporting versus Juventus. is actually quite an intriguing tie. I think if there was ever going to be a shock, it could be this one. Juventus, I wasn't convinced by Juventus this season in the Champions League. They weren't brilliant at all. They were good against us, defended immensely well when we played them in Turin. But Sporting, I thought there's no away goals this year either, which is something important to remember. I think Juventus will win 2-1 on aggregate, but I think this one will be tight. I don't think there'll be many goals. PSG versus Manchester United. This one is delightful for the neutrals. This one is very exciting. And I think people might think I'm absolutely crazy here, but I don't think United should be down and out when they look at this draw. Yes, they could have got much easier draws. They had the hardest draw they could have possibly got given. But we've seen them do it before against PSG. And I think with Ralf Rangnick now, they're going to improve, in my opinion. I think over the course of the next couple of months, before these games are actually played, they're going to improve. I see no other reason why they wouldn't improve. They've got so many good players in that team. There is, on the flip side, as Paul Pataya says in the chat, there is the possibility that Paris Saint-Germain destroy them because they just do have such an incredible squad. However, they've not looked great this season in the Champions League either. They're running away with Ligue 1, but that is absolutely no surprise to anybody in football. So, the final game is Chelsea versus Lille. Chelsea finished second, much to the disappointment of myself and the rest of the Chelsea fan base, and of course Thomas Tuchel in the squad. However, we got the best draw we could have possibly got. Last year, in the last 16, we had a horrible draw against Atletico Madrid, which arguably at the time was the most difficult, the worst one of the lot. This year, it's flipped its head. We got a good quarter-final draw, which maybe karmic purposes tell us that we get an easier last 16 game and then probably get one of the big boys in the quarterfinals. But as I said last year, when you get to the quarterfinals of the Champions League, anything can happen. And Benson, if we make the finals, are you going to go to the stadium? I said I was going to go last year. I had all intentions of doing so, and I've actually given up now with the footballing world and the world in the sense of like trying to plan to go to football games because of the way the world is dealing with this pandemic. I'm not going to give my thoughts too much on that, other than it's just very, very difficult to plan anything. And after the disappointment I personally had last year, I was invited to go by two brands, actually. And I couldn't go because it was just too tight turnaround with vaccinations and everything else. And this year, who knows what it's going to be like in 5-6 months' time. So we'll see. But anyway, I can't believe it. There's 2,700 people in the stream right now. If you're watching this afterwards, fantastic. If you've been in here the whole time and you happen to know any timestamps, then that would be wonderful if you can leave it in the comments afterwards so that I can put it in the description so that people can come and watch the right moments they want to see. We've been live for nearly half an hour. Thank you very much for the one donation that was sent in. And if you can hit the like button before you leave, that would be absolutely fantastic for me. And there was a Chelsea news video uploaded earlier today. If you want to go and watch some more GBFC content, we went through Erling Haaland, latest talks from Mino Raiola. We spoke about Luca Digne from Everton, and we spoke about Casemiro links from Real Madrid as Thomas Tuchel wants to add him to our midfield. Thank you guys for watching. Brilliant draw for Chelsea. Chelsea versus Lille, Champions League last 16. See you guys later. Come on, you Blues.